Call the meeting order for the Village of Round Lake Beach, our board meeting for Monday, December 16, 2019. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Stout.
Here.
Trustee Nichols.
Here.
Trustee Cleveland.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any additions, deletions, or questions on the agenda tonight? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Stout.
Yeah.
Not Stout. We have a motion to second. Any corrections, clarifications on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. We have our council meeting minutes from November 18, 2019 up for approval. Any corrections or clarifications there? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols, second by trustee Valdez. We have motion to second. Any questions or corrections on the council meeting minutes from November 18, 2019? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed are also approved. Let's see, this month we have very high expenditures, $3,471,107.63. Most of those are Blue Cross Blue Shield was about $128,000. The CLC Joint Action Water Agency for our Lake Michigan Water was about $137,000. One of the big ones was our bond payment, $1,662,000. Lake County Public Works for a couple of months, $501,000. We had a redevelopment agreement, which was $261,000, and our insurance renewal, $237,000. So we had several big bills coming through. It's very unusual to be anywhere near that high, but we're in good shape to pay all those bills, and they're pretty standard this time of year, especially with the bond payments coming in. I know all the staff reviewed those, the trustees have had a chance to review those. Any of the trustees have any questions on those? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk, second by trustee Stout. We have motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's approved. We have no ratifications tonight, so we'll move on to our standing committee reports. Any of the trustees have any reports? All righty, well, we'll move on to our mayor's report then. First item up. Actually, first I'd like to just say thanks to everyone, the residents, the staff, the committee members, our trustees, and our village clerk. Thanks for another great year. 2019 was very good for Round Lake Beach. We're moving forward very well, and again, that's due to a lot because of the great people that volunteer on our committees and step up and make a big difference, and thank you all for that. So we also have tonight our appointment of our finance director. Matt Rossi was our county manager for 3 years before taking the job at Lake in the Hills. He's did a great job for us back then, so we reached out to him. He's coming back to Village of Round Lake Beach as our new finance director. I'd like to make that appointment. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Is that trustee Nichols? We have a second by trustee Cleveland. We have a motion, a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
That's approved. Second item's a little more difficult. Resolution honoring Mark Bailey. When I became mayor in 2001, we combined the planning and zoning commissions into one to simplify the process for both the residents and the businesses to go through. I appointed Mark as our chairman, and we've never been disappointed. Mark's always stepped up. He's always taken time to review the information. He handled the crowds so seamlessly and so easily. He could have been a much better politician than I am. He just, whatever had come up, he just let it roll off and turned it around, and everyone felt good when they're done talking to Mark. It was amazing. Very great man. Gonna miss him dearly. Could have asked for somebody better to serve as our planning and zoning chairman for all those years. At this point, if we could have our village clerk please read the resolution.
A resolution recognizing Mark W. Bailey for his dedicated leadership and years of service as chairman for the Planning and Zoning Commission for the Village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas Mark W. Bailey has completed over 30 years of service with the Village of Round Lake Beach. And whereas, during his 3 decades of dedicated service to the village of Round Lake Beach, Mark was appointed to chairman of the Planning and Zoning Commission in May of 2001. And whereas, Mark played an instrumental role in the drafting of the village's zoning map, comprehensive plans, and reviewing and recommending new industrial, commercial, and residential developments. And whereas, Mark mentored new plan commission members with professionalism and courtesy. And whereas, Mark's knowledge of the village was exceptional and useful in times of public hearing. And whereas, during his time as chairman, Mark conducted professional, well-run public hearings as commission meetings and navigated public input with courtesy and efficiency. Now therefore, I, Mayor Richard H. Hill, do hereby offer our sincerest appreciation to Mark W. Bailey for his dedicated years of service for the village of Round Lake Beach.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Trustee Valdez and Trustee Cleveland. We have motion to second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Could we please have a moment of silence for Mark? Thank you very much. I know Mark's wife is out in our audience here. It's also great to see so many current and past members of the Planning and Zoning Commission here tonight to help recognize Mark and all his efforts and all he did for our community. I know it'll be difficult for you guys to go on moving forward without Mark. I'm sure you'll use his wisdom in some way to keep on going. A little lighter topic, we also have our home holiday decorating winners tonight. I could have Clerk Cleveland maybe step out front to give me a hand with these. I'm sorry, Trustee Cleveland. Old habits die hard. This year, we were very lucky. We had over 25 of our village officials, family members, friends, and personnel within the village departments that toured the community, doing drives through all the different parts of the community and judging all the different decorating of the houses. There's a tremendous amount of decorating going on, and it's always great to light up our neighborhoods like that. It gives everyone a good feeling. This year, there were 5 winners that were chosen. We'll start out with our first place. Was Gregory Wisco. I'm not sure if Gregory's here tonight or not. They came in first place, and we do have a certificate over here for him. We'll make sure we get that to him then. We also have for second place, Arturo Gill over on Lotus. Is Arturo here tonight? That's unfortunate. These people work so hard on their houses. We really wish they were here to accept these. Third place, we had Robert Miller. Is Robert here? Ooh, 3 strikes. And unfortunately, we kind of pushed together very quickly. Wanted to make sure we got them out this year before Christmas, so I'd recognize some of these people, and may have already had other engagements. We have 2 honorable mentions also. We have Stephanie Guzman and Scott and Maria Yates. Please come on up to the front here. And we do appreciate all that you do to help brighten up your neighborhoods. It's a wonderful tribute.
Folks, can we get a picture here with you?
Oh. Okay, is there a clerk's report tonight?
No, there's not.
And you're all very welcome to stay. Again, I know everyone's got busy lives. You know, not required to stay if you got the place to be. You're not going to hurt our feelings if you get up and leave. Okay, we're on our public hearing tonight. We have our 2019 tax levy. I'll call the public hearing to order. Just discuss this a little bit here. There we go. Okay, not knowing exactly what the county's going to set us as for our EAV this year. See, our police pension was at, let's see, well, started with a corporate levy. Last year was $820,027. It'll be remaining the same, very similar. It's $820,177 for 2019. The police pension, there's always a big change in that because the pension rules in the state of Illinois are really killing us here. The state of Illinois finally agreed to merge or consolidate all the pensions across the state of Illinois. That will help us quite a bit, actually, over the years, but that probably won't happen for 2 to 3 years from now. It's a 3-year process to merge them all together, but once that happens, the average pension fund will see an increase of about 2% better return on investment. So that will be great. For 2018, it was $1,297,573, and it's going to go up to $1,366,451 for 2019. Again, that's required by state law that we pay that. The IMRF, which is for a lot of our other staff here, last year it was $156,000. This year it's $160,682. Liability insurance was $379,600. For 2019, it'll be $390,988. And police protection also went up a little bit, $101,015 compared to $104,048. The totals for 2018 were $2,754,212, and for 2019 are $2,842,347. The rate will be almost exactly the same, again, depending where they come out with the overall EAV. If it's at 3%, it'll be 0.001% higher, which is a rounding error pretty much. We don't like to have to increase the property taxes, but the areas that we're increasing them are strictly what's required by state law in order to fund the pensions that the state of Illinois controls. That's not our control, it's completely the state of Illinois. At this time, do the trustees have any questions about this? Okay, I'll also open to the public. Anyone in the public have any questions about our tax levy for 2019? I think the average household will see an increase of, what's it, $12? About $1 a month, yeah. $12 a year would be about the average household in Round Lake Beach. So it's not insignificant. $1 a month makes a difference to some people. So we don't want to downplay that. At the same point, it's not $200 a year or $500 a year. It's $12 a year. Any questions from the audience? Well, thank you for being here and listening to that. If there's no questions, I'll call the hearing to a close. And we'll move on to items of business then. First item of business will be an ordinance providing for the levy of taxes for the village of Round Lake Beach, Lake County, Illinois, for a tax levy year 2019 to be collected in the year beginning January 1st, 2020 and ending December 31st, 2020. That I just mentioned, due to the state laws for pension, our costs are going up significantly. In order to meet our minimum payments to the pension funds and continue providing services to our residents, we need to increase our tax levy a little bit. It'll be going up about $1 per month per home. Is there any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Stout,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
That's approved. Item B is a resolution authorizing the purchase of certain information technology equipment from Midwest Meter Incorporated, Edinburgh, Illinois, in an amount not to exceed $27,220. Our water meter reading equipment is old and no longer supported by the company. If any issues happen with it, we're be out of luck. So we're going to be upgrading to new equipment so we can maintain accurate reads and accurate billings. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols. Second?
Second.
Second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
No.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
That's also approved. Item C is an ordinance approving a text amendment to the Round Lake Beach zoning ordinance regarding cannabis business establishments. As you all are very well aware, it's been in the news constantly. The state of Illinois has made it illegal to sell cannabis for authorized dealers. Our Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed the state statute and is recommending zoning restrictions for cannabis businesses should one want to locate in Round Lake Beach. There'll be a special use that will require the need for them to go before the Planning and Zoning Commission, make sure everything checks out there, and there are zoning restrictions as where they can locate in Round Lake Beach. Once they go to the Planning and Zoning Commission, they will forward a recommendation to the village board, which will have the final say whether they can open up and operate in Village Round Lake Beach. Anything else on that, Scott?
No, I think that's a very good summary.
Okay. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols. Second. Second by trustee Stout. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
No.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
That's also approved. This is a very difficult decision for a lot of the board, and we had some residents on both sides of the issue. Kind of came down to the point of our residents are going to be using the marijuana, whether it's sold in Round Lake Beach or not. And we didn't want to force them to go traveling long distances in order to do that if in case they wanted to do that. It's going to be legal in the state of Illinois for the large majority of people. I understand, I think people have a CDL license and some other professions like that are not allowed to have any marijuana in their system whatsoever. There are some issues with this that the state has not fully addressed, a lot of it being with the policing power of it and how we're going to determine who has over the limit. Like with alcohol, it's very simple. They do a breathalyzer, they can quickly determine whether somebody's over the .08 limit. With THC in your system, really the high wears off and usually in 3 to 4 hours, but it can stay in your system for a month. And until they can really resolve that, we're going to have a really difficult time throughout the whole state of Illinois. So, and that's something we couldn't change no matter what we pass here tonight. That's a state of Illinois issue, and hopefully they will resolve that fairly quickly. See, item D is an ordinance authorizing the abatement of property taxes heretofore levied for the tax year 2019 to pay for the principal and interest on the series 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2013 general obligation bonds. When we issue some of the bonds to do road projects or water sewer projects in the village here, we also have to add a property tax to pay for them in case we don't have the funds to make the payments of for the funds. We do have the money in our bank right now, so to pay the bonds, so we'll be able to abate the taxes. The residents won't need to pay an extra $1.6 million for those bonds. So we're going to take that right off the tax rolls there, and the next one's very similar. It's also to pay for the 2016 general obligation bonds. It's another $700,000. So there's about $2.5 million here that residents will not have to pay for because the village was fiscally responsible and we had the money elsewhere to pay for those. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve item D then for the 2009, 10, 11, and 13 general obligation bonds to abate those taxes?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland. Second by trustee Husk. We have motion to second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
That's approved. As I just mentioned, item E is an ordinance authorizing the abatement of property taxes heretofore levied for the year 2019 to pay the principal and interest on the series 2016 general obligation bonds. Very similar, there's $699,700, just short of $700,000. Again, the taxpayers won't need to pony up that additional money in the property taxes as the village has it in our funds. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Trustee Valdez, second by trustee Stout.
Motion here, second by trustee Nichols.
Ah, okay, motion,
Yep.
okay, and second?
That's fine, yeah.
Either way's fine. Who do you want to give the motion to?
Here from both sides at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
where-
All right.
where'd they go? Okay,
Give it to trustee Valdez.
trustee Valdez,
Yeah.
trustee Stout, okay. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout. Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
That's also approved. See, item F is a resolution approving the Illinois Department of Transportation obligation retirement resolution. Several years ago, we did a bond authorization. In order to pay back those, we authorized part of our motor fuel taxes in order to pay those bonds. We did a lot of road work on that. This bond payment is $303,062.50. Then we have another 3 years on this bond, and then it'll be done with that. We'll have that much more money available in our motor fuel taxes in order to do other additional projects or another bond issue if we so choose. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols,
Second.
second by trustee Cleveland. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
That's also approved. Item G is a resolution approving a line of credit with the State Bank of the Lakes. For many years now, we've used a line of credit to buy up dilapidated properties, to improve them, remodel them, and then resell them. We've used some outside companies and some outside not-for-profits in some of these cases to help work that together. This allows the village to do these projects without tying up the village funds. We appreciate the State Bank of the Lakes offering us a great interest rate again. We've been able to work with them for several years now, and we appreciate their local community spirit in helping us out here. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Motion by trustee Husk. Got you that time. Is there a second?
Yeah, second.
Second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
That's also approved. See, item H is a resolution authorizing the purchase of certain information technology equipment from CDW-G in amount not to exceed $20,000. As you all probably also heard, Windows 7 is no longer being supported by Microsoft. We need to upgrade a lot of our operating systems in order to keep them up to date. And this is part of the changes we need to do here. Was there anything else involved with that one, or just the Windows 7? Okay.
Replacement some workstations also.
Yes, right, instead of upgrading them because they need to be replaced. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? So moved. By trustee
Second.
Stout, second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
That's also approved. Item I is a resolution approving the appropriation of funds for lease of Pitney Bowes meter system. The post office is still out there. We had to upgrade our postage meter. It's very old. The great news is we're getting a better rate on it than we had on the previous postage meter, so we'll actually be reducing our cost. That's always a good thing. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Stout. Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's also approved. Item J is a resolution approving the contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois for health insurance services for the village of Round Lake Beach, Illinois. Our group insurance is up for renewal on February 1st, I believe. We are only getting a 5.04% increase this year for health insurance and no increase at all in a dental. 5% is a lot in a lot of cases, but for the trending insurance, that's a very good rate. So we're very happy with that. We appreciate our brokers being able to knock down our original increase down to only 5.04%. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Valdez.
Second.
Second by trustee Cleveland. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
And that's also approved. Item K is an ordinance approving minor changes to a special use unit development for property at 327 East Rollins Road. This is for the Dunkin' Donuts. They're going to be updating the exterior of the building, and it needs approval since they had a special use permit. They were a special use planned unit when they were put out there. It should look a lot nicer when they're completed, and most places would not need to even come before us for this, but because they were a special use, drive-through and so forth, they had to come before the planning commission, not before us. Any questions by the board? I actually didn't go before the planning commission because they're a minor change. Yeah. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Stout,
Second.
second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item L is an ordinance approving exterior architectural appearance review in the Lake Overlay District for 189 East Lakeview Avenue. The applicant has submitted a building permit application for a new wraparound deck that is approximately 740 square feet in size at that address. Since the deck is a new structure of the home, it needs reviewed by the Planning and Zoning Commission, since it's located within the Lake Overlay District and approved by the Village Board. So this is something that we created several years ago, Lake Overlay District, the Shorewood area. A lot of that is kind of a historic area down there. We want to make sure the zoning created nice property areas and wasn't suddenly changed into something that was high-density housing of any nature. So we put an extra restriction down there as far as any kind of building or changes. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
That's also approved. That was our last item of business tonight. At this point, it is open to public participation. Anyone has a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone. State your name and address for the record. Either ask your question or state your comment. Looks like we have a few students in the back of the room. You here to watch government in action tonight? Well, we hope you learned a few things, and if you want to chat afterwards, we'll be around afterwards. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. We do not have any executive session, so we have no action on those items. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland, second by trustee Husk. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.